สวัสดีครับ Thank you for joining us for the midday edition of NBT World Brief อยู่กับมีสุรพันธ์เหล่าธารณาริศ Thailand's emergency flood operations have entered a recovery phase as authorities work to restore water supply and repair damaged infrastructure across the southern provinces. Thailand's Emergency Flood Operations Center says its response has now shifted into recovery mode, with provincial teams reporting progress in restoring essential services. Officials report that water supply in Songkhla province has begun to resume, albeit at a slower pace, with hospitals prioritized. They note that Songkhla's low-lying terrain and long distribution routes have caused delays. Authorities expect full restoration of water access across the province by Wednesday. Some pipelines remain damaged in several areas, and repair crews from both the Royal Irrigation Department and local municipalities are working to fix them as quickly as possible. The Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Department says the widespread flood in the south has affected more than 3.9 million people, or over 1.5 million households. Flooding continues in 9 provinces, consisting of Surathani, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Trang, Pathalung, Satun, Songkhla, Pattani, Yala, and Narathiwat. A total of 176 deaths have been reported in 8 provinces, with the highest toll recorded in Songkhla. The Meteorological Department forecasts that rainfall is expected to ease across the south as the northeast monsoon weakens. Waves in the Gulf of Thailand are expected to reach 1 to 2 meters and over 2 meters in thunderstorm areas. Authorities are urging all vessels in the Gulf and the Andaman Sea to proceed with caution and avoid sailing in stormy weather. The Labor Ministry is rolling out a wide range of assistance for employers, employees, insured workers, and migrant laborers in flood-hit Songkhla as part of a major operation to restore jobs and livelihoods. The Labor Ministry outlined several urgent flood relief measures, including a rapid employment scheme paying 300 baht per day for up to 10 days for 4,000 people. Low-interest loans through the Workers' Fund to support flood-affected businesses and employees. Loans for workers to repair damaged homes or restore their livelihoods. Safety fund loans for employers whose machinery or equipment was damaged and requires repairs to ensure safe operations. 50% wage compensation for up to 6 months for insured workers who lost income due to disaster-related suspension. A 50,000 baht funeral allowance for insured workers under Section 33, and free repair services for motorcycles and electrical appliances to ease immediate hardship. For Songkhla province alone, all 16 districts and 127 sub-districts have been affected. More than 10,000 establishments have reported damage, and over 730,000 insured workers have been impacted. Labor Minister Trinut Thong visited Songkhla province on Sunday, directing all 5 key labor agencies, the Provincial Labor Office, Employment Office, Skills Development Office, Labor Protection and Welfare Office, and Social Security Office, to speed up all support measures and cut unnecessary procedures to help affected residents as quickly as possible. Ms. Trinut added that Songkhla will begin hiring 2,400 locals under the Emergency Employment Program, offering 300 baht per day for 5 days, providing an initial income of 1,500 baht per person. The Education Ministry says the nationwide TGAT TPAT university entrance exams will go ahead as planned, despite severe flooding in southern Thailand that has prompted calls for a postponement. The Ministry of Education has confirmed there will be no postponement of this year's TGAT TPAT exams, scheduled for December 13th to the 15th, even as Hat Yai and other districts in Songkhla remain badly affected. Students and parents have urged authorities to reconsider the exam dates, citing damaged study materials, disrupted travel, and the physical and emotional strain caused by the floods. The Council of University Presidents of Thailand, or CUPT, said it has closely monitored the flood situation and prepared a backup plan that includes relocating affected exam centers and a special exam round from December 20th to 22nd if needed. Starting December 1st, exam center updates will be posted on the website mytcas.com using a three-color system: green for normal operations, yellow for watch areas, and red for relocated centers or postponed dates. The Education Ministry says officials will reassess conditions at schools in flood-hit areas this week. If any site is deemed unfit for testing, adjustments will be made in line with the CUPT's contingency plans. Hat Yai Hospital is reopening its emergency department today after days of severe flooding. Still, services have resumed at only partial capacity as the facility continues to recover from extensive damage. Hat Yai Hospital resumes emergency services today at approximately 60 to 70% capacity. The partial reopening aims to ease the difficulties faced by residents who are ill or injured. Director of Hat Yai Hospital, Dr. Wirod Yom Mueang, expressed profound gratitude for His Majesty the King's gracious support after the King granted 100 million baht to help the hospital restore its operations and return to full service.
พระราชทรัพย์ที่ทรงพระราชทานมาให้พวกเราก็จะเอามาใช้เพื่อการปรับปรุงอาคารสถานที่ที่ได้รับความเสียหายโดยเฉพาะตัวแผนกอุบัติเหตุฉุกเฉินและก็แผนกผู้ป่วยนอกซึ่งมีพี่น้องประชาชนเข้ามาใช้บริการเป็นจำนวนมากจากการประเมินความเสียหายเบื้องต้นนะครับน่าจะอยู่ราวๆที่ประมาณสัก 1,000 ล้านบาทด้วยเหตุว่าระดับน้ำที่สูงถึง3 เมตรอุปกรณ์เครื่องไม้เครื่องมือโครงสร้างทั้งหลายในชั้น1ก็เสียหายแทบจะทั้งหมดรวมทั้งหน่วยงานระบบงานสนับสนุนไม่ว่าจะเป็นไฟฟ้าประปาระบบการจัดการของเสียแล้วก็ลิฟต์ขนส่งระบบสำรองพลังงานเครื่องกำเนิดไฟฟ้าทั้งหลายก็แทบจะสูญเสียทั้งหมดครับ
Dr. Wirod said that despite the flooding, the hospital never fully suspended services, but continued providing care to the best of its ability throughout the crisis, both in the emergency room and in inpatient care. The hospital is now able to treat yellow and green-coded patients, while red-coded critical patients will continue to be transferred to nearby hospitals with greater capacity. Bangkok authorities are urging the public to limit outdoor activities as PM 2.5 levels across the capital climb into the unhealthy range. Bangkok is warning residents of deteriorating air quality today, with PM 2.5 levels reaching the orange code unhealthy for sensitive groups category in many areas. Officials advise people to avoid outdoor exercise, shorten time spent outside, and wear protective masks. As of 8 a.m. this morning, the 24-hour average PM 2.5 readings ranged from 28.6 to 56.2 micrograms per cubic meter, exceeding the national standard of 37.5 in 15 districts. The public can check hourly updates and health advisories on the Air BKK application, which also provides a 7-day air quality forecast and a citywide map showing monitoring points in all 50 districts. Bangkok officials say the current pollution buildup stems from both controllable and uncontrollable factors. Hotspot data from NASA satellites detected a burn site in Don Mueang district on November 30th. Authorities are investigating and urged the public to report any open burning to hotline 199 or through the Trafifondu application. The Meteorological Department forecasts poor air ventilation from December 1st to 2nd, and again on Sunday, December 7th, with surface level temperature inversion likely to worsen pollution levels. The Pollution Control Department expects PM 2.5 levels to increase across all areas of Bangkok from December 2nd to the 8th. The City Hall is advising high-risk groups, including children, pregnant women, the elderly, and people with respiratory diseases to wear N95 masks outdoors, avoid unnecessary travel, keep windows closed, and clean living spaces regularly. Those with breathing difficulties should seek medical attention. Bangkok also operates 8 air pollution health clinics across its public hospitals. To reduce emissions, district offices are intensifying inspections of pollution-emitting factories twice monthly. Today, officials are checking 10 factories in Prawet, Meenburi, and Nong Jok districts, along with roadside checks for black smoke vehicles in various districts of Bangkok. Residents are encouraged to follow PM 2.5 updates via the Air BKK application and the Bangkok Air Quality Information Center's Facebook page. Starting today, December 1st, train fares for all commuters on Bangkok's Red Line and MRT Purple Line will be kept at 40 baht per day under the government's new daily fare policy. SRTET, the operator of the Red Line, says under the scheme, general passengers will pay no more than 40 baht per day, while students are kept at 30 baht. The initiative is part of the government's effort to lower living costs. Officials confirm the policy applies to both Red Line routes, Krungthep Aphiwat Central Terminal to Rangsit, and Krungthep Aphiwat Central Terminal to Talingshan, and will be coordinated with the MRT Purple Line, Chalong Ratchatham Line, Tao Poon to Klong Bang Pai. Passengers can use Mang Mum EMV cards, EMV contactless credit or debit cards, or MRT EMV cards to travel between 5 a.m. at midnight. Daily fares lower than the cap will be charged at the actual rate. Existing discounts for seniors, children, people with disabilities, and state welfare beneficiaries remain in effect. The policy, approved by the Cabinet on November 25, 2025, will run until November 30th, 2026. Authorities hope it will reduce household expenses and encourage more people to use public transport. And that's a wrap for our midday edition of NBT World Brief, and you can stay updated with the latest developments and more stories by simply scanning the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Thanks for watching. สวัสดีครับ